salutations, my dearest friends. My name is Samantha, and today I'm going to be reacting to books that I absolutely loved that you guys hated. So how are you? Welcome back. I have like 20 minutes before I need to pick up the kids from school. I already had makeup on and I was like, you know what? Let's film, let's chat, have a nice chill video. I'm gonna sit here with my water and just chat with you guys. This video is 100% inspired by Tori from Novel Life. She came up with this video idea and it's basically like books that she recommended to people or recommended on her channel. She asked a question on her Instagram like, what books have I recommended that you didn't like? And I thought that video was so fun. The best thing about BookTube is the fact that so many people have different reading tastes. What works for one person might not work for the other, and I just loved watching her reactions. It was hilarious. Honestly, any book that Tori's recommended me, I have actually loved. She has amazing reading taste, so I will leave her channel down below. So I went on Instagram, on my Instagram stories. I'm gonna pull them up. I try not to look so my reactions can be genuine, and I was like, what books have I recommended to you guys that you hated? Like, let's just not mince words. I'm not gonna get offended. First one, someone said, I'm so sorry. It's okay. You don't have to apologize. I know you love it, but I DNF'd. Oh, they didn't even finish it. They didn't like it at all. Go deep. But I've loved your other recs. Okay, I'm glad I've recommended you some good books. Go deep. That's surprising. I 100% did not expect to see that one on this list. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Go deep. Why? Like, now I want to message and be like, what didn't you like about it? But I don't want to come off as like, you know, angry, because I'm not. I just like, I'm curious to see. That's my favorite novella. Like, literally, I recommend this shit out of that book. Anytime that someone asks for a novella recommendation, Go Deep is always on the list. I just love it. I love Rosie Adams. I love her writing. It's a friend lover's romance. I'm gonna briefly go over the books in this video, but these are all books that I've talked about before. This one is a friend's lover's romance. Our heroine is an erotica writer and she is lacking some inspiration. So she kind of propositions her best friend, their childhood friends, and she propositions him to be like friends with benefit situation so she can get some inspiration for the steamy scenes in her book, and he agrees, and it follows the romance, and it's super sexy. I wonder, I mean, I can see like if you're not a fan of novellas, maybe not loving this one because it is really short. It's fine. Different strokes for different folks. Moving on. I just saw the next one. Oh, I'm sweating. Okay, I literally thought I would know what books would be on this list, but I'm shocked by the first two. Okay, you're gonna hate me. I don't hate you. I love you. I love you to pieces. But someone said Phantom of the Opera. I'm just curious. It is raining so hard outside, if you can hear it. Ambiance. ASMR. I'm just curious, like, did they read the book? Did they see the play? Or did they see the movie? Like, what form of media did they consume is my question. I need to know. It's very important. Because I know a lot of people don't love the movie. And people have said that to me, that they don't love Gerard Butler's version of Phantom. And to that I say, you're wrong. I'm kidding. I love Gerard Butler, like literally with my whole heart, body, and soul. I watch every movie he's in. I'm the biggest fan. A lot of people love the Broadway singers more. I love the play. I love the book. I love the movie. I guess, okay. I'm gonna try to think about this one. Phantom of the Opera is a classic. It's a love triangle that follows our heroine Christine, who is a ballerina at this opera house, and this opera house has a ghost, Phantom of the Opera, who kind of controls the opera house, and he's also like intensely obsessed with her and teaches her how to sing, but she's also reconnecting with her childhood sweetheart in this book, which causes a lot of conflict because the Phantom is a jealous man. I can see how this doesn't have your traditional happy ending. I can see that. And the sequel to this, Love Never Dies, is trash. I will stand on a soapbox saying how trash the sequel is. I can see it. It doesn't have a traditional happy ending. Phantom can be a little bit toxic. But Phantom has a piece of my soul. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Funnily enough, my mom hates it. She hates Phantom of the Opera. I remember one year for my birthday, she got us tickets to go see it. I think it was my first time seeing it, or maybe it was my second time seeing it. And it was her first time seeing it, and she just sat there and was like, what is this? Do they not talk? Do they sing the whole time? Like, I was like, yeah, Mom, it's a musical. And she's like, this is trash. Next one is that you guys said that you didn't like, and I actually got this one a couple times, and I knew it was going to be on the list. It's one of those books that when I recommended it, I kind of recommend it on the preface of like, not everyone is going to love it, and that's Push by Nyla K. Now, I loved this book. I've talked about it plenty of times on my channel. I put it on my top 10 favorites of 2022, so clearly I love it, but I understand why it might not be everyone's favorites, because it has some tropes that a lot of people just generally don't like. The person who mentioned this, they were saying that they didn't like the ending or the avoidance of conflict that the author did. Valid. It's okay. Real quickly, this is a taboo romance. So it follows a married couple, a husband and a wife, who've been together for a really long time. They had a kid in high school when they were really young, and now that kid is older, in college, and she's coming back home for Thanksgiving break, I think, and she's bringing back her boyfriend to introduce to her parents. Cute setup, right? Wow. The dad and the boyfriend end up having a connection. He ends up having a relationship with his daughter's ex-boyfriend. And then the wife sort of finds out about it, and instead of being upset, she's like, oh, this is really hot. Let me join in and we can have like a poly romance situation. And they do. And like I said, it does have a lot of tropes that a lot of people don't like. It's very taboo. It's a long book. It's like 600 pages. I get it. But just like, I love it. Another one that I knew was going to be on this list, and I'm not surprised, and that's Untouchable by Sam Mariano. I think this was also in my top 10 favorites of the year. I think I just went through like a really taboo dark romance phase last year, and to be fair, I don't recommend this book to everyone because it's dork. It's so dark. Our hero in this book is deranged and crazy, and again, so many tropes that normally I don't like, but for some reason when they're put together in this specific book with this author's writing style, it just works for me. And that's kind of how I feel about Push and Untouchable. This is a really dark romance. Very, 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 very dork. Dork. One of the darkest romances I've read. I just love it. I don't know how to explain it. It is one of those polarizing books that you either love it and you're rating it 5 stars, it's one of your favorite books, or you're giving it like 1 star. There's really no in between because the characters are so polarizing. So this is a high school bully romance. It follows our... Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Do you need me to stop for like a bread or something for the soup or what?
No, I'm gonna make cornbread.
You make cornbread?
Yes, I'm gonna try and make cornbread.
You got mom's recipe or what?
I FaceTimed her and I got her recipe.
Oh my god.
Well, don't get too excited because it could taste like shit. So, high school bully romance follows our heroine who is being bullied by the football team because she ends up complaining about one of the football players, not our hero. The football players made her extremely uncomfortable. She complained to the coach and got him kicked off the team, prevented him from playing his senior year. So he is mad, all his friends are mad, and they're bullying her. And the guy that she got kicked off the team ends up going like with a group of his friends to harass her. And that is where our hero Carter Mahoney comes in. He takes the bullying too far. A little too far. He ends up assaulting our heroine in the very... when I describe this book, I'm like blushing. It's a dark romance, guys. It really is. And I struggle to even say the plot because I know it sounds ridiculous. Our hero does assault our heroine in the very first few chapters. And instead of allowing it to be traumatic for her, she actually becomes intrigued of why the hero did what he did, what makes him tick, develops a relationship with him where they push the bounds of consensual non-consent, and it just works for the both of them. The strongest heroine I've ever read, the most insane hero that I've ever read, but I freaking am obsessed with him at the same time. Like, even describing it, I can understand why people don't like it. I'm embarrassed. This one I'm surprised was on this list because I don't recall recommending it that often, and that is Pestilence by Thalassa, the first book in her 4 Horsemen series. Okay, I actually agree with this one. In hindsight, I do. I think I recommend this one in my dark romance video. I read this book ages ago, and it's such a popular series. And when I read it, I loved it. 5 stars. I recommended it in my dark romance video. But then I never finished the series. There's 4 books in the series and I never finished the rest of them, despite how much I love the first one, despite how popular it is, because the pandemic hit and the last thing I wanted to do was read any apocalyptic scenario. Okay, Station 11, 4 Horsemen series. I didn't want to read anything that was apocalyptic because we were literally in a panorama, okay? So yeah, I understand this one in hindsight because I myself have not finished the series, and this one I do agree with. Okay, so I reached out to some of my friends directly and was like, hey, what books have I recommended you that you didn't like? Let me know. Because sometimes I read a book and I'll be like, Jessica will like that, or Rachel will like that. So sometimes I'll give them direct recommendations, and I'm always curious, like, if those recommendations work. So I asked my friends, what books did I recommend that you guys didn't like? Jessica said Unwritten by Catherine Moon. I did like this one. I did a whole video on this one. She gave it 3 stars, which I'm taking actually as a good rating. A 3-star rating is not bad. It's not bad. Rachel, which book I recommended to her that she didn't love, and she said Let It Snow. This was a Christmas novella that I really loved when I read it. It's just like short and cute and sweet and fluffy. I kind of understand it. It is a short novella. I liked it. Lacey, what book I recommended to her that she didn't love, and she said Baby and the Late Night Howlers by Catherine Moon. I'm a Catherine Moon stan, okay? Like, I literally love every book she's written. Again, I think Lacey said that she didn't hate this one, but it wasn't her favorite. Understandable. Kind of anticipated because everybody's favorite in the series is the second book, or second and third book, which is Lola and the Millionaires. Everybody talks about that one. Everyone kind of skips over the first one, but I thought it was a good beginning to the series. So this is a Omegaverse MC romance. Alright, those were some books that I recommended to you guys that you didn't like. So happy that no one said Again the Magic. So happy. Like, I think my heart would have literally been broken into 2 if someone said Again the Magic. But anyways, I love you guys. Thank you for reading books based off my recommendation. And I'm so sorry that you didn't love it. I think it's the highest compliment when someone reads a book just because I loved it and reads that book and takes time out of their day to read that book. It makes my heart so happy. I'm sorry you didn't love these ones, but hopefully I haven't led you astray with my other recommendations. Alright, let me know if I forgot any books in this video, and if there are some books that I've recommended and you were like, Sam, that book was trash. Let me know. Call a girl out. Put it in the comments down below. Thank you, Tori, for creating this concept. I had such a blast filming, even though it was a little chaotic. I love you guys so, so much. As always, thank you for taking time out of your day to spend time with me. It means the world to me. I hope you guys are all staying happy and healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!